Oh yeah, it's really raining out there. In this video, we are going to be trying out some new gear and painting in the rain. It's raining again. It rains a lot here in the Northwest. Rain is probably the most challenging weather condition to plein air paint in. Even with an umbrella, it gets you and your equipment wet, it ruins your painting, and it's just unpleasant to be in. So I think I may have found a solution to that, and I'm really hoping this works out. Painting with... Earlier today it was raining, so it was very handy to have some kind of shelter. Yeah, this is my first time trying it, so hopefully it works out. Let's watch and see. Okay. So it's raining, of course. It's not raining hard though, so... Oh, nice mud pit. You just need some sort of covering. And I have this sort of neat thing I ordered off of Amazon. It's actually a camping shower. So what it's for is makes like a privacy shelter so you can shower while you're camping. But that's not what I'm using it for. I have big plans for this thing. I think it's gonna change my outdoor painting possibilities. I think this is the scene I'm gonna set up here. I've been looking for a solution to plein air painting in rainy weather for a while when I stumbled on this camping shower on Amazon. The tent comes in this nice round bag and it pops up quite easily. It was only about $50 or so, but it is a bit of an energy expense, adding nearly 5 pounds to my gear. So yeah, this is basically it. Please don't take a poop next to it. See, it's like having my own little personal tent. Now, I have something I put on the top because it does have a zipper for the shower install. There it is. I just have my little tent material roof I made for the top. I gotta get tent poles for it still, but I haven't found anything suitable. Yeah, it's not bad. I'm unstoppable now. I can paint in the rain anywhere. Well, anywhere that has space for this. I have my laptop easel on me today because it's just too small. Here is my disaster of a plein air suitcase, I guess I can call this. The fact that it sits on my lap is convenient because I don't really have space for an actual easel without it jutting out into the rain. So one thing I think I'll do is try to order some tent poles. I need 2 tent poles to stick in either side of my black sheet, and then it'll make it stick out, and then I can have like a little awning on the front. Hi honey, how is it down there? Oh, you want your bone. You're a good girl. Can I have a high five? Can I have a high five? Oh yeah. Okay. Good girl. This is pretty cozy. I could get used to this. I think this would be nice also on a really sunny day because then you don't have to wear sunscreen. Like usually you're just slathered in sunscreen, and then you could also put your bug spray around, like an area spray. I have my brand new duct tape viewfinder, which is water resistant, which is perfect for a day like this because even though I have a shelter, I've already been rained on. Everything's kind of wet, and the dog is obviously going to jump on everything too, so there's going to be just water everywhere. I'm gridding off my panel to match my viewfinder. Using a viewfinder helps to get the general position and composition into your landscape. Here is my little drawing. It's nothing too fancy. Oh no, the wind. Ah! Okay, I'm gonna have to go do some shelter structure maintenance. I brought my big palette today because I'm in the middle of working on another painting that I didn't get a chance to finish. So I decided to grab my second palette, got a lot of colors on it that aren't actually wet. 2 piles of titanium white with some dirt. Titanium white and yellow ochre, light cadmium yellow, medium cadmium orange, medium cadmium red, alizarin crimson, dioxazine purple, Portland gray warm, burnt sienna, iron violet, ultramarine blue, Prussian blue, ivory black, what are we got here? Phthalo green, thought I'd give that a shot. Transparent yellow earth, yellow ochre, azo green, mucky gray, which is just a recycled gray mix I make. These are teal blues, are actually not wet. White with ultramarine mixed with a teeny bit of alizarin crimson. And it's good for setting things back in the background. It kind of takes the yellowness out of all the colors. And this is just white and Prussian blue. I guess the sky is pretty gray. There's no, I'm not too worried about the light changing today. One thing I didn't do is I didn't erase my grid lines, so I'm hoping that won't be too much of a problem. I'll just rub them out like so. Sometimes it can be a problem where they show through. My eraser just wouldn't erase because of the humidity. Like, it's very damp. The air is damp. Everything is like, even though it's like fairly dry in here, it's still very damp out there. Woo, she's blowing around. Whoa! I am just going to go lock down the other corners of my tent. What's happened is the screw just decided to come out of the wood. So now my poor easel is kind of given up on life. It just got sunny and it stopped raining, so I'm gonna run to the car and grab my other easel. Hey, Sunny Bunny. Hi. Oh, sunshine. You know, I love my little tripod basket setup. It really has always just worked for me, so I think we've come full circle with this. I'm always looking for new gear to paint with and experimenting, but I always come back to my little dollar store basket. A lot of raindrops on here. So I'm just basically gonna have to repaint that whole area. Cutting the top ridge of the hill in with the sides of a long flat badger brush helps to give the impression of treetops. The light was changing so quickly here. The sun came out and was adding a beautiful warm glow to the mountains, so I added a bit of yellow ochre into the paint mix to warm it up. The light coming through the tent gave it a bit of a greenish cast, but it wasn't too bad. It was a bit dark inside the tent for filming, but it was already dark outside, so the whole day was dark. I'm debating on making like a little path wandering through here. I know it's kind of cliche, but I like a little path. I like them in real life. I like the feeling of being able to just head into something and not have to worry about bushwhacking and making your own path. It's kind of appealing. I did a lot of editing of this scene. I decided to not do the power line. I just didn't have the patience by that point, honestly, and it was getting quite cold as well. So I just decided to paint these trees covered in old man's beard, which when the sun came out, they started to look really beautiful, glowing a light yellowish green against the blue, misty background. I should call this painting Come Get Ticks. There's so many ticks out here. My dog ended up with ticks, and so we had to take her into the vet and get all sorts of medicine, but she's okay. So here's where I got. That's what my scene looks like right now. It's kind of a jumble. Well, that is it. It is starting to get dark, and I definitely don't want to be taking this thing down in the dark. I have no idea how I'm actually going to get it back in its little package. It's kind of an art form. I watched a couple of videos on it and I was able to do it at home in a nice, flat, dry environment, but we'll see. Out in the field was a bit of a different story. Oh no. I'm almost there. This is going in the car like this. There's no way. It's supposed to fit in here. There's the painting. It's not the best painting I've ever done, but you know what? That's not the best painting circumstances I've ever been in. Well, the camping shower wasn't the golden ticket I was hoping for. It was better than an umbrella, and it did keep dry inside. I'll be trying it again, but with a few modifications. If you're hoping to purchase this particular shower on Amazon, you're out of luck. The company seems to have shut down and escaped into the night. I should have been suspicious based on the pictures. I want to thank you so much for joining me for this adventure. Hopefully you've learned something from this piece of equipment. With a bit of tweaking, I think it'll work. It is harder to set up than a camping trip though, so at this point I don't know why I just wouldn't bring an entire tent. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you paint something beautiful this week.